In the Orthodox Christian world, there exist several patriarchates, and decisions are usually taken by consensus in councils led by the Patriarch of Constantinople. Traditionally, the Church of Ukraine had been under the jurisdiction of the Moscow Patriarchate. When Ukraine gained its independence in 1990, the Ukrainian Orthodox Church remained under the jurisdiction of the Moscow Patriarchate, but received autonomy, much like other autonomous Orthodox churches elsewhere, for example in Montenegro, in Lebanon, and so on. At the time of Ukrainian independence, two new Ukrainian churches were formed: the self-appointed Autocephalous Orthodox Church of Ukraine and the Orthodox Church of Ukraine at Kiev, both of which sought to separate themselves from the jurisdiction of the Patriarchate of Moscow. Both these new churches were ignored from synodal councils of the Orthodox Church, which until 2018 continued to regard the traditional Church of Ukraine, the one under the jurisdiction of the Moscow Patriarchate, as the official church. In 2018, the two more recently formed churches of Ukraine joined up and submitted an application to the Patriarch of Constantinople to be recognized as the new official Church of Ukraine. The Church of Ukraine sent in response also a delegation to the Patriarch of Constantinople with 50,000 named petitions protesting that their earlier petitioners had been targeted by the Ukrainian government and labeled as separatists and pro-Russian collaborationists. The delegation stressed that the Ukrainian Church is already autonomous, patriotic, and that they came on behalf of Western Ukrainians, that is not from the pro-Russian regions in the East. They brought with them 3 valuable icons from the Lavra Monastery of Kiev and elsewhere as gifts to the Patriarchate of Constantinople. Unfortunately, the Patriarch received them not in person but only through a delegate, and did not heed to their request to send delegates to Ukraine to see the situation that was developing against the Orthodox Church. Despite their humble appeals, for reasons that are unfortunately unclear to me, the Patriarch of Constantinople made the unilateral decision to switch his allegiance from the until then officially recognized and traditional Church of Ukraine to the new church in December 2018. Unfortunately, he did so also without consultation with the other Orthodox churches. Following that, over the next year, heads of 3 Orthodox churches, that of Greece, Cyprus, and the Patriarchate of Alexandria, recognized the new church as the official new Church of Ukraine. But other Orthodox churches, such as those of Georgia, Serbia, Bulgaria, and Romania, as well as individual bishops of the Church of Greece, withheld their decision until a pan-Orthodox synod could decide on the matter. As a consequence of the unilateral recognition of the Church of Ukraine that was outside the jurisdiction of the Moscow Patriarchate, the new church, unfortunately a rift has occurred in the Orthodox Church, such that although the individual Orthodox churches remain united in their Christian beliefs, the Patriarchates of Constantinople and Moscow are refusing to meet, and both refuse to attend an Orthodox council called by the Patriarch of Antioch to resolve this issue. In the meantime, the government of Ukraine has taken the unprecedented step of forcibly removing from their monasteries and parishes the representatives of the older traditional Ukrainian Orthodox Church who still consider themselves under the jurisdiction of Moscow. One of these actions gained some publicity as it involved Ukrainian policemen dressed in civilian clothes and covering their faces with masks entering the premises of the Lavra Monastery of Kiev to evict the monks and seminarians, arresting their abbot. The Lavra Monastery of Kiev is one of the most important sites of Orthodox Christianity. It was here that the first Orthodox monks came to live among the Rus and where the Christianization of the Rus began. Indeed, Kiev was the original site of the Patriarch of the Rus, who only moved to Moscow after the Mongols had overrun Ukraine. Here is the very upsetting scene that unfolded as the masked Ukrainian policemen entered the monastery during a service to arrest the abbot.
Бажаю пострадати за Христа. Дуже прошу вас, браті і сестри, мене ждуть Служба безпеки, у мене є 2 ангели, спасі Господь цим хлопчикам, що вони, дай Бог їм всього самого найкращого, і в них буде. А ви розступіться, а вам благословення подасть блаженніші. Через те ви мене не задержуйте, відпустіть з миром, щоб їх не наказували. Я заради них, я не боюся за себе. Через те благословення вам дасть блаженніший, і хай хранить вас. Ми з вами, владика!
I am certain that many hearts were deeply saddened to see the abbot who so charitably addressed the man who came to arrest him being taken to court and confined into house arrest for 60 days, exactly at the time when Orthodox Christians celebrate Easter. It does not reflect well on the Ukrainian government to take such an action against an elderly priest whose heart is clearly set upon serving his church and who conducted himself with exemplary Christian charity and grace before the men who came to arrest him. If that was not disheartening enough, worse still followed the eviction of the monks and seminarians from the Lavra monastery. I doubt that what followed had a precedent even in the days of the Soviet Union. A group of amateur actors and dancers, and I am being charitable calling them that, masqueraded as demons and devils, one of them pretending to be the Russian president, paraded themselves under red concert lights, smoke, and electronic music, right before the iconostasis in the main church of the monastery, one of the holiest Orthodox Christian sites. These were presumably not disturbing the peace, nor were they enemies of humanity or of Ukraine, unlike the priests of the Ukrainian Orthodox Church and the Christian monks who had been living in the monastery and had been evicted. I wish that every person with a heart that can feel pity urges the Ukrainian government to return the monastery to the Christian Church. I also wish that the leaders of the Orthodox Church worldwide let their personal pride aside and come to a common agreement regarding the Church of Ukraine that will benefit all Ukrainians and will not discriminate unjustly against any of the priests, so that this shameful situation may come to an end.